Now, before we get started, I would really love it if you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you can get the latest content from the YouTube channel, The Last Rewind. And don't be shy about leaving your comments at the bottom of the page because you are the sole reason why this channel will be successful. Thank you.
What is going on, everyone? This is Tremaine coming to you with another edition of The Last Rewind. Before I get into this video, like all others, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. That would be very appreciative. Well, if you can look on the screen, you can see what this one is about. And the Dallas Cowboys have reshaped their offense as of today. And I got to admit, this is a good move. You know, unexpectedly, I'm driving to work today and I get an alert on my phone. I don't look down at it because I'm driving, but when I get into the parking lot at work, I look down and, to my surprise, George Pickens, who was once a Pittsburgh Steeler, is now a Dallas Cowboy. Now, Cowboy fans, I know this is good news. This is probably some of the best news we've had in a while. But don't go putting in your PTO and taking off for the Super Bowl in February quite yet. Let's let it play out. Let's live in the moment. Let's be happy for the moment, but let's not go too far in the future. But this is a good move. This is a good move for the Dallas Cowboy offense. I am going to give my reasons why I think it's a good move. I'm going to go for there. First and foremost, George Pickens is no bum. He's a good wideout. He has been in the league for about 3 seasons with the Pittsburgh Steelers. He's one of those receivers that can go up and get it. You know, he can go one-on-one. He can go up and get it. He can go up and get the 50-50 ball, which is what Dallas does need at the wideout position right now, because in the last season we didn't have someone who could go up and get the 50-50 ball. And I know you're probably thinking CeeDee Lamb was there, but CeeDee Lamb, in my opinion, was always like a slot. He's a yards after the catch type receiver. He'll catch it and he's going to get you a bunch of yards after the catch. But we need someone who can go up and get it and come back down with it, i.e. Des Bryant back in the day. And George Pickens is that guy for us. So let's get into some stats as it relates to Pickens. In 2022, he had 52 receptions, 801 yards, and 4 touchdowns. In 2023, he had 63 receptions, 1,140 yards, and 5 touchdowns. And in 2024, last year, he had 59 receptions, 900 yards, 3 touchdowns. That's pretty good for his 3 years that he's been in the league. So total overall, he's had, throughout his overall career, he's had 172 receptions, 2,841 yards, and 12 touchdowns. That's not bad. That is not bad. That is not bad. We can definitely work with that. That is definitely going to be needed in Dallas. Now, why is that going to be needed? Because CeeDee Lamb can't do it all. He tried last year and failed miserably. I don't even think he finished out the season. I think he sat down the last 2 or 3 games because he was injured. He can't do it all. And Pickens is going to relieve some of that stress off of CeeDee Lamb and Dak. We all know how Dak operates. He can have an all-star season. He can have a not so all-star season. You know, I remember in 2016 he went the whole year without throwing a pick. I think he threw like 1 or 2, but since then he's regressed and he's just pick machine. Except I think it was 2 years ago. I think he threw 10. That was the least he threw since 2016. But Dak Prescott puts himself, 2 reasons I think Dak Prescott throws picks. 1, he doesn't want to run anymore. He doesn't want to use his legs. That goes back to that 2020 ankle injury. He is mental with him in that regard. He's not using his legs as much as he used to. Secondly, going to last year, he didn't have nobody to throw the ball to. And that's why he was throwing picks all over the place. He was trying to fit the ball in tight windows that he should not have been thrown to. And again, him not wanting to run, he obviously, the only thing he can do is throw a pick, take a sack, or throw away the ball for the down. And keep in mind, he didn't even play all that much last year. He played, 5-6 games until that injury that he had on his, I think it was his, I don't know, his groin or something along those lines, but hamstring injury. But this is a good move for the Dallas Cowboys. Jerry Jones is I'm clapping at the start because Jerry Jones finally did something that can bring a smile on the Dallas Cowboy fan face. And I now know with this move he made today why they were so not as aggressive in the draft. You know, we rebuilt our line based on the draft, and if this was part of the plan all along, I see why the Cowboys weren't as aggressive in the draft. We're trying to get a number 2 to CeeDee Lamb because we need protection from Dak. Dak needs time to throw the ball. We need that. And with that, and with the addition of George Pickens, he now has another weapon. We got a solid offensive line with all the Tylers, and we have a solid offensive line. They can give Dak Prescott protection. Now, Dak Prescott he has to play. He has to play. He has to be a quarterback in those moments, you know. Read the coverage. He's gonna have to read the coverage. I mean, you got 2 solid weapons in CeeDee and Pickens, and then you got Jake Ferguson on the tight end. And he's good for your dump passes and getting you, 10, 15 yards going under. And we still have Jalen Tolbert. Jalen Tolbert is there too. So I believe what we should do as far as the how we do this this wide receiver situation. I believe CD should play more in the slot. Again, CD's good with yards after the catch. He's good at the yak. He can get you yards after the catch. I think Perkins is your deep ball threat. I think Jake Ferguson is your dump the ball off down, your check down. He's your check down guy. You're gonna get it if you ain't got nothing down deep, or you can't get the CD, you dump it off the Perkins. And then if that doesn't work, use your legs, man. Use your legs. You can use your legs for a good 5 yards and at least get us 5 yards. Now, we got the running back with what is his name? Jaden Blue. He's not bad. He's not bad. He's we're gonna have to fill him out. We're gonna have to fill him out, but I do believe he will be a great compliment to Dak and now the wide receiver core that we have. Like I said, Cowboy fans don't get all this is our year type shit. We're not doing that yet, but this is good for us right now. I will definitely say this. It puts us in a better place than we were last year as far as our offense. We have a better offensive squad than we did last year with this addition today of Pickens. I've already this is big news. I was at work today and this broke out. A couple of my clients at work was talking to me about it because I got a bunch of Cowboy stuff in my office, and they were talking about it, and it's good for the Dallas Cowboys. I wholeheartedly think this will get us to the playoffs. Now, we all know how the Cowboys fate in the playoffs. Can Dak get it done in the playoffs? I mean, he got 2 wins against Tampa Bay and Seattle, but can he get it done in playoffs? He definitely has the tools. Now, I would say this. I do believe Jerry Jones and the front office are trying to give Dak little to no excuse to not be successful. You went to rehab all last season. You got injured. You sat down the later half of the season. You didn't have to play. You wanted a line. We got you a line. You needed another wide out threat. We got you that. You got your tight end. You have a solid run game. You have a solid running back now. There are little to no excuses for Dak Prescott this upcoming season. Little to none. We can even go the special teams. We got Kevontae Turpin, who's a good sprinter. He can return the ball any given punt return and get you probably half the length of the field on the return. Dak Prescott has little to no excuse to, in my opinion, the way the Cowboys are set up, to not make at least to an NFC championship game this upcoming season. And I'm forgetting even his backup. We didn't sign Joe Milton from the New England Patriots. So even in those games that Prescott may be off kilter a bit, we got a solid backup who can come in and make some noise. That probably isn't that good for Dak because now he got some competition. But on the other end, yeah, competition, iron sharpens iron. So, that helps. So in all honesty, offensively, Cowboys look really good on paper after today. They do. They look really good on paper after today, and I think we make a little noise. We make more noise than we made last year. Although how did we not make noise after last year? Last year was pitiful, but we make a little noise after last year, and I think we get back to the playoffs. I do. Our division is a bit tougher. We got Jalen Hurts, who's Super Bowl champion. We got Washington, who was in the NFC Championship game, and now the Giants have added on Russell Wilson. So the division is a little bit tougher, but I do believe we sweep the Giants. I believe we split Eagles and Washington one each. I do. Going back to Perkins, he's solid, man. He was drafted in 2022. He was drafted in the second round. So he's no bum. He's no slouch. I do know. But one thing is, if you're a Cowboy fan, you have to ask yourself why. Why? Not why for the Cowboys, but why for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Why was this just so easy for the Pittsburgh Steelers to let him go? Now I know George Pickens has some antics, and he could be a bit outspoken. I know that about him, and he can bring more drama than like we already need, but he can bring more drama to the organization. That's probably gonna happen. But the Cowboys need to start winning. They got to start winning. And if he brings a little bit of firepower, enthusiasm, and you want to coat it as drama, I'll take it at this point. I do believe, we got Brian Schottenheimer, but let's call a spade a spade. Jerry Jones is the mastermind. I think he'll come in and he'll do his job for Jerry Jones. He'll do his job. Not Brian Schottenheimer, but for Jerry Jones. I think he'll come in and be on his P's and Q's, especially if they're winning. If they're winning, he'll come and do his job. He'll come and do his thing. But let's go. If you are a Cowboy fan, you can't ask for any more. Right now, based on paper, the Dallas Cowboys probably have a top 5 offense in the league right now. And this is coming from a very honest Dallas Cowboy fan. I'll call them out when they suck, like they did last year. I'll praise them when they do well, and this is a very good move. But I believe right now Dallas has at least a top 5 offense with this move. They do. Dak has to stay healthy. Dak has to use his feet at times. And stay healthy. If Dak can do both of those things, we good. This opens up the play action with Perkins. This opens up the play action. Those of you who don't know, play action, you can fake it to the running back, go deep. This opens up the play action. So it opens up the playbook for the Dallas Cowboys as well. Dallas Cowboys have never been very big on trick plays, and I don't suggest they start now. I think they should stick with what they do. But this does give Dak and the coordinator and Schottenheimer more creativity. It gives them the options of trick plays, but it gives them more creativity as to what they already do. You know, off the top of my head, if I had to give the Cowboys a record based on this move, I go. Oh man, I don't want to say 10-7. I think they're better than 10-7. I go. I don't know, man. I'm gonna say I think they're better than 10-7, but for some reason, 10-7 is You know what? I'm not even gonna say 10-7. I'm not gonna give it a number yet. I'm not gonna do it yet. I gotta see more. I gotta see the actual schedule. That's what I need to see before I give it a record. I gotta see the schedule. I've seen the opponents, but I need to see the schedule. I need to see when they play said opponents. That's when I will go with actually giving them a record based on this new offense. But as of today, you see it on the screen. Take a look. This is going to be your starter for the Dallas Cowboys as far as the weapons. And it doesn't look bad. It does not look bad. They got to work together. They got to gel well together. Repetition. Dak. I mean, I think CD missed camp last year. He was holding out. Dude, you got your money now. Go to camp. I believe that played a part last year. You got to get your reps in. Dak has to get his reps in with CD and Perkins. I know he's familiar with CD, but you got to get your reps in, man. That played a part last year. You got to get your reps in with both of them. Get familiar with their styles, the timing, how they run their routes, the differences in their run and how they run their routes, and even some similarities in how they run their routes. But in my opinion, the difference is Perkins is a 50-50 jump ball kind of guy. CD is a slant yards after catch kind of guy. And up until today, I was more so focused on the NBA playoffs up until today. Up until today, I really had no. Now, obviously, I got a dog in the fight. Dallas is always going to be my team. But up until today, it was just lollygagging. You know, the big news in the draft was Shedeur. I was happy that Dallas did upgrade the line, but at the same time, I was upset because I knew we needed a second wideout. But now, as of today, I see why they drafted the way they drafted. If this was always in Jerry Jones' back pocket, and I like to believe that it was. Jerry Jones is a smart guy. He knows what he's doing. Let me clarify that. He knows what he's doing on the business side of football. He knows how to make it look good on paper. But Jerry Jones don't play football. He don't coach football, although he tries to. He doesn't coach or play football, but he knows how to make it look good on paper. He knows how to get the headlines going. He knows how to get us talking, which we all are doing, which everyone was doing today. And he knows how to breathe life back into this organization. And that's what he did today. And now we got something to look forward to. So, how far do the Cowboys go into the season? Don't know yet. What's going to be their record? I will get back to you on that once I get the schedule. But I'm happy with this move, and I think we we do a hell of a lot better than last year, which isn't going to take much. So let me know what you think. Let me know what the record may be, and I'll see you in the next one. You see it on my wall. Again, hand clap to Jerry. I'm gonna turn around and acknowledge the star for that one. You get a hand clap for that one because this was big, and I'm liking it. I'm feeling it. I will see you guys in the next one. I'm gonna say it here. Respect the star. Peace.